parents, we are obligated to teach our kids everything they need to know in life, including money issues. It is wise that the younger they are, the better if we talk to them about this stuff. Later on, they will know how to deal with it properly. Here are some things you can instill in your children's minds about money. Number 1. Start sooner than you think. University of Wisconsin-Madison researchers found that many toddlers as young as 3 can understand basic economic concepts like value and exchange. They can delay gratification and make decisions at this age. Children at this age are eager and intelligent, sometimes more so than we know. You have an excellent chance at this age to show children where money comes from and how to use it to make purchases, especially when playing. This can help children comprehend the idea of money and the idea that things have value in money. This is an ideal time to introduce the concept of patience as well. They conducted the marshmallow test, where young children were given a marshmallow and told they would receive another one if they did not eat it straight away. It is interesting to note that over a long time, researchers tracked this group of children and discovered that those who waited for a second marshmallow, or third or fourth, were substantially more successful adults. They generally had better relationships, received better educations, and made more money. The good news is that patience with delayed gratification can be taught at an early age, which can be accomplished in various ways at the grocery store checkout line or in a vehicle to take a ride to the park, reminding them that there is a hope and they can achieve their goals by being persistent and demonstrating enjoyable ways for them to do our respective strategies. They do things to pass the time quickly. Saving money together at this age can be terrific, whether for general savings or for a specific purpose like purchasing a pizza or visiting a water park. Teaching the value of saving money by doing it together can be a terrific teaching strategy. Number 2. Make it age appropriate. According to Kobliner, it's crucial to adjust the message to the kids' developmental stage, teaching preschoolers that money has value, where it comes from, and that it can be used to buy things, and to start developing a saving habit can be a simple yet effective way to lay the groundwork for good financial habits for your children. Teaching the idea of opportunity cost to primary school students will help them understand why they occasionally need to skip buying their daily bag of Doritos to save money for the toy they really want. Kids start to become attracted to the idea of making money so they can perform odd jobs or extra tasks around the house instead of doing housework at this point. The notion of interest and how some institutions keep your money safe by providing you with a small proportion of free money can also be introduced at this age. It may be wise to do so in middle school. To instill the value of having cash on hand at all times, or as Kobliner puts it, that having no money is never a good thing. A child may save money to purchase something, but we should be careful not to spend all of our resources on it. It's a good idea to wait and save a little more money if a purchase empties their entire bank account. A student in high school might start working and accumulating money for significant life expenses like their own college. Even though the cause is unclear, research indicates that children whose parents pay the total cost of college have worse GPAs than children whose parents contribute. The most widely accepted hypothesis is that children will be more motivated to fully exploit this sacrifice when they feel they have some stake in it. This is also an excellent opportunity to educate children about the realities of taxation. Typically, this is where young people first start working and getting paid, so this is the perfect opportunity to explain why their checks will be smaller than anticipated. Here, we can discuss the tax deductions that can be used, such as the 401k contributions, HSA, insurance, and any flexible spending accounts before the government deducts taxes. When teaching, it can be a good idea to make 401k contributions, at least to the extent that the employer will match them. Since this is practically free money, we may also explain to the students that their paychecks are often subject to 3 different forms of taxes: income tax levied at the federal, state, and occasionally local levels aid in funding public services like roads and schools. They'll also pay taxes for Medicare and Social Security. They must comprehend the distinction between gross and net pay. Your gross pay is what you make before taxes are deducted. Your net pay is what remains after taxes and other deductions. Here, we can also discuss investing compound interest and the advantages of creating an investment fund using an example, such as if he supports $500 into an investment account at an age of 16 with an 8% growth rate by the age of 65, the $500 invested will turn into over $20,000. Keeping these topics age appropriate can help a child enjoy learning about money. Number 3. Use anecdotes to make your point. Most individuals, not just children, learn better when we use tales to earn our points, which is true for money as well. Many parents know that when they start lecturing, their children will often tune them out, or worse, choose to act contrary to what is instructed. If you tell your high school student about a friend who was unable to rent an apartment because of her high credit card debt from over shopping the year before, it will leave a more enduring impression than if you simply tell them that credit card debt is bad. Stories can demonstrate how choices have consequences without coming across as a lecture, and kids remember stories much better than facts. Number 4. Use actual numbers. Examples are more likely to stick in our minds than concepts. Most likely to be forgotten is telling a child that saving for retirement is vital than telling them if they invest $300. When they start saving for retirement at 18, they will have more than $1 million by age 65. If you don't know where to acquire your numbers, the phrase $1 million invariably gets the high school students' attention and strengthens their perception of the significance of retirement savings. You may compute compound interest using a terrific free calculator that considers interest rates, savings amounts, time, and inflation. This calculator to determine compound interest of any investment may be found on the government website, investor.gov, which is not sponsored. Number 5. Do not overshare your financial history. Studies have shown that children whose parents discuss their use of drugs or alcohol in the past or other indulgences are more likely to engage in similar behavior. As Kobliner says, telling your kids about when you spent all your money on a road trip with your girlfriend may glamorize this behavior, even if you attempt to convince them otherwise. Some of us have made poor financial choices at some point in our lives, however your children do not need to be aware of that. Number 6. Identify your financial baggage and leave it behind. Many people never learn about money from their parents or inherit their bad financial habits because of their parents' actions, whether they imitate their spending habits or act entirely differently. Many blame their parents for their financial habits or how those practices have affected their finances. Though it's always a good idea to be aware of how your parents handle money matters, it's not a good idea to use this knowledge as a justification for your poor money management. As Kobliner advises, stay away from teaching your kids about money. Recognize your financial baggage and then throw it away. Even if it may not be simple, try to approach money positively to prevent instilling a lousy attitude about money in your children. Number 7. Keep financial conflicts private. Studies have shown that college students whose parents frequently argued over money when they were younger were 3 times as likely to have greater than or equal to 500 in credit card debt than children whose parents maintained their financial stability. You and your partner may not always agree on financial matters, but protecting your children from severe financial disputes is crucial. Making a money timeout when parents only discuss economic issues is a fantastic idea, but it's critical to protect children from disputes involving large sums of money, making a money timeout good for parents. You could, for instance, just say that we'll talk about it and come back to you. We're not sure about paying for it yet. This can demonstrate that you can take the time to reason through your choices rather than act impulsively. Number 8. Avoid attempting to keep up with the Joneses. Comparing yourself to others is expected. Also, living in a media-driven, consumer-centric culture is not helpful. However, it's crucial to resist the impulse to reevaluate your family's financial situation and lifestyle compared to anyone else's, especially where your children can hear it. According to research, people are often less pleased when they reach different aspects of their financial lives than others, particularly in social media, where we might observe others who appear to have a better financial situation. This is a perilous trap. Keep your distance from your friends and relatives if you want to prevent your children from falling into the trap of looking down or keeping up with them. There's no need. Number 9. There's no need for kids to know which parents make more. If you and your partner both work full-time, do not discuss who earns more money because it's not necessary for children to know which parent makes more money. Putting a monetary value on what parents can make can convey to children, especially young ones, that one's parent contribution is more significant than the other. Showing and teaching the benefits of stay-at-home parenting and encouraging, and it can be helpful if one of them is a stay-at-home parent. It is evident that it is a job and that one parent handling it is better. In general, it's important to show unity rather than paying someone else because we are a team and work as a unit regardless of compensation. And number 10, which is pretty obvious for all of you, just not flaunting bad money behaviors. This one may seem apparent, but it may be pretty simple to use the phrase "do as I say, not as I do" to justify terrible financial practices. Even if you're not perfect, it's crucial to avoid setting a poor example regarding money management. Instead of merely discussing it, doing your best to organize your personal finances and have a positive outlook on money can convey a more vital message. Okay, well there you go. That was a brief summary of Beth Kobliner's book, Make Your Kid a Money Genius, Even If You're Not. Now, there's a ton of material in this book. As a result, I heartily recommend if you have kids, do not hesitate to go over the whole material. Now, let me know in the comments which notion from the book struck a chord with you and what suggestions you have for teaching kids about money. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the following video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye for now.